Hello. Welcome or welcome back. After my long break, I finally feel like I've accumulated enough stuff to show you. That was my dog shaking. I'm Allie, the show and tell stitcher. You can see my magnum opus back there, Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers. We are in my front room, which my husband let us paint an accent wall basically to match this DMC, I believe 3847, one of my fave colors. Okay, let's just get right back into it. I have finishes out the wazoo to show you. Let's start with huge, major finish. Enormous, very special finish. This is Sterling, my baby. I can't fully blame him for why I was gone, but I have been a bit busy. Okay, I'm not going to apologize. I'm just going to warn you there might be some baby noises during this video. I will try to edit out anything too wild or loud. Okay, haha. I've had actually a lot of finishes though. Okay, let's see. First I finished an ornament for him. Oh gosh, this is gonna get like so blown out, and there's a lot of white stitching. Here's my stitchy notebook. Okay, this is a Luca-S kit that doesn't really have a name. It just says Christmas toys. But it is, hopefully this isn't too much glare. Oh, it's a lot of glare. Okay, it's JK024. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot really recommend this pattern. I had to kind of go off of the image on the cover for some of my stitching, like all the back stitching. Oh, there we go. So there's 3 different Krynic colors in here, and I hadn't actually used Krynic before, so that was interesting, and I ran out of all 3 of the colors. And I only used 1 strand, and I'm pretty conservative with my floss, so I don't know what happened, but I don't really recommend that kit. But I need to finish this into, I'm thinking I'm going to like cut it out and kind of like maybe stuff it. I don't know. I'll figure it out before next Christmas. I have finished pretty much, yeah, I've finished exclusively Christmas stuff. That's interesting. I don't even really love Christmas. Okay, let's see. Next up, these are, for real, I'm not playing around this time, enormous finishes. I finished stockings for all of us. And I mean, I finished the stitching on these a long time ago. I've been talking about the stitching on these for like years. But these are all Dimensions, regular collection stockings. This is for my husband, Dan. Super cute. I think this is called Snow Bear's stocking. I will link the tutorial I used. It was from Cross My Stitches. It was amazing. It was amazing. I felt like there was no way I was ever gonna get these finished, and then I watched her video maybe 20 times because I would watch it and psych myself up and like, yeah, I can do this, and then I would, you know, watch it step by step as I was doing my stuff, and I had 3 of these to make, so. But I DM'd her on Instagram too after I finished this, and she was like, it's perfect. But anyway, highly recommend that tutorial if you don't really know what you're doing, like I didn't. And another big barrier to me, you know, finishing these like a year ago, but then never fully finishing them, is that I was just so intimidated by my sewing machine. So I just hand sewed these because even though that took a really long time, I figured me figuring out how to use my sewing machine, and you know, allotting a lot of time for me to get really frustrated with it, hand sewing would still be faster. And I'm sure it was. But I am so proud of these. Okay, this is mine. Inside, fully lined. Hello. Hello. So cute. Oh, I can't remember the name of this one off the dome, but it is another dimension stocking. I think it's like Reindeer Hedgehog stocking. Mine has like, you know, almost no stitched background. So this one went super fast, super fast. This is the fastest of the 3 to be stitched. And it's the cutest, and that's why I picked it. This is my first time doing couching for this and this. And oh my goodness, so cute. Wonderful, lovely effect. Yeah, this just stitched right up so fast. And like I said, I didn't finish the stitching on those first two. I finished that like last year. But I finished stitching this since I last spoke to you, because I waited to put Sterling's name on it until he was born, because my husband and I mean, we decided the name Sterling, you know, before, like, when he was seriously like the size of a poppy seed. But the whole time we were like, but, you know, if he's born and he doesn't look like a Sterling, we could change it. So my husband had nothing to do with making this. I waited until he was born to put his name. But anyway, I think this is like Snowman family stocking. I'm sorry, something like that. I will try to remember to like write out the names at least of all of my projects down below. Oh yeah, did I show you? I like this fabric, really cute. Really proud of these. Really proud of these. So cute. And they're all in like similar art styles. They're similar. Oh gosh. I'll have to. Okay, yeah. I'm far from professional. But anyway, and then all got flannel on the back. Okay, let's see, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I told my husband, not that we're in a rush or anything by any means, but I told him we absolutely cannot have another child until I have time to stitch another stocking before that child's first Christmas. So there we go, that's our family planning. Okay, next up, I got back into stitching. I really didn't stitch. He was born, he's right here beside me, you might be able to hear him. He was born at the end of August, and I really didn't stitch a lot when I was pregnant, and then I stitched a couple days, and then after he was born, just randomly, but I mean, please, I didn't get very far. Obviously I finished stitching his name, and I hand stitched all those stockings, but I didn't really, you know, get into the nitty-gritty, like, serious progress until the end of January. Like, I think, like, January 29th or so. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to stitch again. Like, he doesn't need me every second of the day anymore. And I think I want some finishes, which is, you know, I never finish anything, contrary to this video. But, so I was like, oh, I have a lot of mill hills. My last video, I was like showing you guys all my mill hills, which I'd only ever done one mill hill before. But I was like, oh yeah, these are for me. So I had accumulated a lot of them. So I started, this is the only one I haven't put a hanger on, but I want these all to be ornaments. Oh gosh, excuse my hands. I'm not gonna lie, that was one excuse I kept telling myself not to come back yet, is my hands are just destroyed. I live in Illinois. It snowed this morning and it's March 1st. I know that's normal, but I mean, it has been below zero. Like, I feel like pretty much the whole month of February. But yeah, my hands are destroyed. And then washing them all the time, using hand sanitizer, they are, I'm just gonna say, they are toe up, these hands. But that's okay, that's not what you guys aren't even like looking at my hands really, I'm sure. You better not be. Okay, anyway, this is called Honey Pot by Mill Hill. I call my husband my honey, so I bought this a long time ago. And I remember saying in my last video, like, I don't even know if I'm going to stitch this. It's kind of ugly. No, it's not. It's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. What was I talking about? But these just, they don't, photographs just do not capture their beauty, because all these beads are so incredibly gorgeous. I think for this hanger I might use the blue beads, or maybe green, I don't know. Not the yellow though, that would be too much yellow. But absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm not gonna throw these, they're too delicate, they're too precious. They're perforated paper, so they might actually like get messed up. Okay, next up, I always forget the name of this one. Okay, it's called Glowing Pumpkin. Ooh. Okay, yes, I put a hanger on it. But let's hold it still so you can actually see this beautiful heart charm. And then there are orange beads. I feel kind of silly, like just describing what you can see, but isn't that what we come to Flosstube for? Okay, and then there are these, they're like blackened rainbow beads all around the outer edge, which I didn't even know those were there. You couldn't even see it in the picture, like on the kit. And then these are like aqua kind of blue-green beads that I couldn't really see those on the picture either. Sterling is like looking up at this. That's another reason I made these. I just like, I can picture him like putting these on the tree in the future, and like him remembering these ornaments and like asking for them when he's a grown-up and has his own Christmas tree. So that kind of helped motivate me too. Yeah, I didn't care for Christmas so much, but now that I have a baby, like my love for Christmas has been like revamped. So that's probably the real reason that I've finished all these Christmas things, because now I have motivation to make Christmas really special. Okay, next up, I've seen a lot of people stitch this. Nobody comes to mind, but I've seen it like all over Instagram. Monarch butterfly. Yes, I used orange beads, even though that is the obvious choice, but whatever. So gorgeous. It's those same blackened rainbow beads from the pumpkin that make this like insecty, like iridescent, is that the right word? Yeah, body. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. This is seriously like the most beautiful thing I've ever stitched. Like, okay, get out of here. You're no longer my magnum opus, Templar Prophecy. Yeah, it's all about the Monarch butterfly now. I seriously, like, as I was stitching this, I was like, I already want to stitch this again. So pretty. I could see myself, like, using this pattern and getting some perforated paper and stitching this for people, like, and gifting it. I think they would appreciate it. Even people who don't, like, appreciate handmade gifts and fiber arts and whatnot, even they would be like, wow, that's stunning. Okay, and then lastly I have Love. I got a little creative with the beads for this hanger because I don't know what I was thinking, but like before I even started beading, I went and ahead and made the hanger using all these like red beads, you know, the like predominant part of the design, right? So then I finally was beading this, And I was like, oh my god, they barely gave me any red beads. Like, what the hell? And then I was like, oh my god, I already used all the red beads. So then I had the part that took me the longest stitching this was coming up with a bead pattern that I had enough beads to do to hang this. My gosh, it was so ridiculous. I was getting so frustrated. Okay, yeah, and this one really, it didn't look like much until I put all these beads in. But gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I started this after Valentine's Day. I didn't time that correctly, but it would have been fun to have this. Where would I hang this if not a Christmas tree? Where would I hang this for Valentine's Day? I don't know. I don't know about putting magnets on the back of these right now since I have, sorry to keep bringing them up, but since I have a little baby who might want to grab these and pull the magnet off and eat it. Yeah, can you tell that I'm like anxious about every possible thing that could happen to him right now? Oh my gosh. But anyway, if not, you know, a magnet on my fridge, where could I put these? Especially like the Halloween ones. Like, don't get me wrong, that pumpkin is absolutely going on my Christmas tree next year. But like, where can I display these seasonal ones that are not Christmas during their season? Let me know. Okay, gosh, is that all my finishes? Well, that was a lot. That was a lot. And those were not the stocking, but those 5 ornaments were all starts and finishes since I last saw you. I mean, that was like 8 months ago, but okay, I don't have to justify, like, it's fine. I'm saying that to myself, not more than you. Okay, excuse me for wiping my nose. Okay, I'm not gonna show you the couple things that I stitched on just for like a day last fall after he was born, because there's not much to show. But I recently pulled out House of Fun by Long Dog Samplers. Here's what it will look like. Okay, sorry, let me just make a little note real quick. Okay, sorry, that's just gonna help me know when to insert the image. Sorry for that disruption. Okay, so I'm at just over 11% on this. I unfortunately had to do some frogging this morning. That's funny? That's not funny. That's not funny. I did have to do some frogging. But anyway, so I finished 2 complete pages. Oops, this is just hard to show. This is on 18 count ivory or off-white, probably ivory Aida. I'm using 2 strands of DMC 820, the most beautiful of the DMC threads. Gorgeous. I feel like DMC 820 I could pick out of a lineup. What? I might have asked you guys this before, but it's been so long that I'll ask it again. What DMC flosses could you pick out of a lineup? I could definitely pick out DMC 820, probably 3847 from the like however many skeins of it, skeins, I don't know, I used for long Templar Prophecy. 995, iconic, and oh, probably 666, that red, Christmas red. Well, and now I'm thinking of a couple greens, but then I'm not sure of the numbers, so then obviously I don't know them that well, so I won't even attempt to name them. Yeah, which DMCs are either that iconic to you or you've used them that much that you would know them by number on site? Okay, so yeah, this is a lot of fun. I started it, I don't know, over a year ago, I'm sure. And then I just let it languish. I just, I had to start it, and then I just did not want to work on it. But I've been working on it while Sterling is napping. Oh my goodness, he's breathing so loud down there. But anyway, yeah, I've been working on this while he's been napping. And like the past couple times I picked it up, I've been feeling like stitching border. So I had to, ride that one out. You never know when that feeling's going to come back. So if you feel like stitching on border, you better stitch on the border, right? So this is to the bottom of the next page below. I would like to work on this page next, kind of do diagonal pages. But then I also really want to work on the words, welcome to the house of fun. So then I was like, progress is progress, and it's also not that serious. I'm sorry that I'm just like fighting with this. Anyway, it's not that serious. Like, stitch on what you want to stitch on. Like, you don't have to go diagonal page at a time. Like, also that starting on the welcome to the house of fun up here, that's my reward for being such a good girl and working on the border, right? Okay. Missed doing that. Okay. Okay. Oh, yes. So then I also started, I'm not going to even insert an image of this because, excuse me, it is just like so hard to capture what it's going to look like. Like even the mock-up is just, it doesn't really, the mock-up is basically the pattern. Okay, enough beating around the bush. I started Blackwork, but full coverage, full color Blackwork of Starry Night by Urban Stitches. I literally was like, is that the back? Nope, that's the front. Sorry about this hanging thread, but you know how I do. Yeah. So this is part of part 1. It's gonna be a 2-year-long stitch along and released in weekly parts. But anyway, they're 7 weeks out. I just bought it maybe like 2 weeks ago. So obviously I'm not even done with week 1, but that's okay. That's okay. This is not like, it's gonna be going on for 2 years. So I got plenty of time to work on it, plenty of time to like, get a wild hair to just like focus on this. Okay, don't these look like runes? Every time I work on it, I'm literally just stitching runes. Like, I'm probably like stitching a spell right now. But anyway, this is, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. This also, every time I work on it, might as well hold it up a little bit longer. It reminds me of that art style pointillism. If you've heard, you would recognize. There's like a famous. It's like people at a park. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, pointillism. I remember learning about it in French class in middle school, and my teacher said, I don't know if this is true, but my teacher definitely said this, that every artist who did pointillism went crazy. And I like literally raised my hand and was like, then why did people keep doing it? And she was like, no. No, they weren't like, oh, everybody's gone crazy, but I'll take a crack at it. Like, no, it happened later. But I don't even know if that's true. Don't know. You can let me know if you know what I'm talking about at all. But anyway, like this full color, full coverage Blackwork reminds me of pointillism. And the pattern is the most complicated thing I've ever seen in my life. It is so complicated. Oh my God. And obviously you can't use like Pattern Keeper. So I just like I draw on the PDF, like on my phone, like zooming in like crazy and then trying to like draw on the lines. It's really complicated, but that's not the designer's fault. And I have no idea how she even like drafts this pattern. It's just, her brain is amazing. I need to like email her and tell her how smart she is, because how is she coming up with this? Okay, yeah, that wasn't much to see. Probably won't be much to see for a long time, but I'm really excited about it. If you have seen my videos in the past, you'll know that I finished a full coverage Starry Night that I want to get framed soon. I keep meaning to go and get it professionally framed, but I want to hang it in Sterling's room because I kind of realized that this was not on purpose, not even close, but his name is kind of Starry Night because one of the possible, like the two possible origins, or is it etymology? Entomology is bugs, right? I think etymology is like the origins of words, but anyway, one of the possible ones is Sterling comes from starling, meaning like little star, and then our last name is Night, like that, like in armor, Knight with a K, like that. Yes, it is. I apologize if the baby noises are annoying to you. I said I wasn't going to apologize, but okay. Anyway, so his name is basically like Little Star Night, Starry Night. I want to get it framed and put it in his room. And I just love, now I kind of feel like I always want to have something Starry Night going. Okay, I'll try to wrap it up quickly because somebody's getting goofy down here. Plans. I have been enjoying my Mill Hills so much that I made a Whipgo Mill Hill board, but with the caveat that, okay, it's March 1st now. You know, I'm like so excited to start on like March calls, but I just, like, I made the board like a few days ago. And I just filled in the 4 that I had already done. I just put them on the numbers that have already been called and cross those out like, wow, good job. But it's kind of like when you make a to-do list and then you add a few things that you've already done and then cross them off and you're like, wow, good job. So we'll see if I can actually stick to this. I feel like I can't stick to any cross-stitching plans, but the 2 that have been called for this month are Persian pumpkin, so from the same series as that glowing pumpkin, that black and orange one that I already completed. This will be cute. You know, the reason I did that black and orange one was that it was only 2 colors, and so it did stitch up really fast. This will take me a bit longer. Yeah, Sterling agrees. Okay, and then Santa's Treats, which this is my first like big Mill Hill. And when I say big, I mean it's 5 inches by 5 inches, but I mean that's big for full coverage, and with, you know, beads and back stitches and whatnot. But yeah, I'm excited. Okay, yeah, we'll see if I can actually like get a big Mill Hill done in a month, and then, you know, there's like statistically likely that there will be months where the Whipgo calls make it so that I've got 2 big Mill Hills called in the same month. So we'll just see what happens with that. We'll see if I even stick to it. And then finally, my birthday is at the end of this month. Yes, the big 3-1. And I'm like, oh, you can start whatever you want. But for like once in my life, I don't feel like starting things. Like, oh my gosh, am I okay? So I've got a few ideas kicking around. I mean, I also like, I just want to work on my Mill Hills. Like if I do Whipgo Mill Hills and I get 25 Mill Hill things done this year, like, wow, great success. But then I've been having a great time working on House of Fun, and I calculated that if I do 1,500 stitches a week, I will have it done this year. But then I'm also like, okay, I'm glad to know that, but I'm absolutely not committing to that. No. I have such little like stitching time these days. I just wanna like stitch on what I want to stitch. I don't need to like make all these rules. Okay, let's see. So then I was like, well, why don't I stitch on my last 2? And this is from, I didn't even do a birthday start in 2024 because I wasn't stitching that much this past year. Anyway, I was like, well, let me stitch on things that I've previously started for my birthday in 2022 and 2023. I think I will stitch on my Stargazer. Mirabilia. The only Mirabilia that I have so far, but I own 2 other Mirabilia patterns. And I'm also, I'm like growing and maturing. Oh my gosh, I have like buku hanging threads. I haven't looked at this yet, so this will be like my inspiration to pull it out once I do look at it with you. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't want to have like 2 mill hills going. I mean, yeah, as if that's a huge problem. I don't want to have like 2 Mirabilias going ever. Like it would be so great if I could get it so that I only have 1 dimensions going at a time, but that's hilarious. That will never happen in my lifetime. But I think I want to try to really whip down a lot. I say that as I'm like, everything I've showed you, I like started since I last saw you, but let's just say I don't want to start all this stuff and then just let it languish. Like, I would like to have some finishes. I mean, I'm not going to finish this month. But, or even probably this year, but I want to get some good progress. That's a good goal. That's a good, nice goal that I can achieve. A couple years ago, I had an idea to make a WhipGo board. Sorry, I keep saying WhipGo, and if you've never heard of it, it's, created by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She's a Flosstuber. If you're watching me, you know who she is. But anyway, in case you didn't, it's like bingo, but with cross stitch. Anyway, I keep like in my mind thinking about making a WhipGo board that just every single square says stitch whatever you want, and then every month I can cross it off and go like, good job, yay, I did it. But that's goofy. Okay, anyway, here's Stargazer. Obviously, I switched out the fabric. It's on a 28 count even weave. And, oh, I didn't mention this, but I stitch everything. Yeah, everything in hand. Some of you might be screaming right now, especially since I already, like, have all this beading up here. And it's, not even close to being done. But since I don't put it in a hoop, it's okay. I think it's okay. But yeah, I mean, so I've been like enjoying beating these mill hills so much. Like, why don't I work on this beading? Yeah, and I think another reason that I haven't been pulling this out, I like off the top of my head, I don't know which ones, but like I used the wrong beads. It's fine, but I'll just have to like I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. I'll flub it or I'll get more beads. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. It's not like they're like such, wildly different colors either. But yeah, I changed her hair because against this dark blue, the charted hair was looking seriously like clownishly orange. So I just darkened it up, and then you can't really tell because she's still like super white, but I darkened her skin several shades using a Lord Libidian, you know who I'm talking about, the skin conversion man. I used some of his like suggested skin colors to make it more like my skin tone. Just still pretty light. But I mean, man, these Mirabilia ladies, they are like super light. But anyway, so, and then I have done her skin 1/1 on 28 count, which is just delightful. And I'm not even being sarcastic. That was a joy to stitch. And it looks amazing. And I mean, this is one of the, I'm sorry if I've said it like 5 times by accident. I keep at least almost saying Mill Hill instead of Mirabilia, but you know what I'm talking about. Now shoot, what was I? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I am just like all over the place. If you're a mom, You probably understand. Like, I'm not sleeping these days, but I would rather stitch than sleep. So anyway, gosh, what do I keep starting to say and then not saying? That this is perhaps the Mirabilia with like the least amount of skin, so it was not a big deal to switch, you know, just her face, neck, and hands to 1/1. And then I also, I mean, you already know all this. I've told you this, but unless you're like watching all my old videos and then this, like, there's no way you just like remember this. I added a bead here to like make her a little engagement ring because I have a diamond solitaire that I love. So yeah, I call this one Stargazing Alley because it's me. Okay. And then part of me, my hair's like totally not blue anymore, but it used to be blue. I just haven't been to the hair salon in quite a while. But anyway, I'm like, oh, maybe I should pull out this hair one more time and change the lightest part to blue. That would be fun. But who knows if I'll always have blue hair. Who knows? Yeah, gorgeous. I have the top okay, like I have the top half done except for the beads up here, which I mean, like, I don't know, still a lot of beads, but, well, and I mean, like the bottom half of the pattern is like way more stitch heavy and beads and everything, but whatever I gotta tell myself to like be motivated, like, oh, I can totally get this done at some point. It's just so gorgeous though, so beautiful. Okay, now that I've pulled her out, like, I think I must work on her. I must work on her. Okay. Fold her up neatly and, okay. Oh yeah, and then my other, my birthday start, I can't remember which one I started first. I can't remember which one was, anyway, but these were 2 separate years. My husband picked out this pattern for me and bought it. It's called The Collectors by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And it's very spooky. And it's actually, it's not full coverage, if you can see, like, the modeling in the background. But, I mean, it's not full coverage, but it's a lot of stitching. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to say, like, 80% full coverage, but anyway, I have 1 page done of this, and I've done, you know, a significant amount on this second page. I think the page, like, splits this figure down the middle. So I finished this page. But there's still so much. And then once again, like, the bottom half of this design is, like, pretty much full coverage. So, I mean, I'm definitely, like, I keep thinking in my mind, like, oh, I could totally finish this. Like, okay, girl. Okay. It's really cool. My husband was so sweet. He picked that out for me, like, without consulting me. And it was so, I mean, it was perfect. Like, I would so pick this. But he was so sweet. He was so nervous. He was like, if you don't like it, you don't have to stitch it. And I was like, oh my God, of course I have to stitch it. It's amazing. And he was like, if you don't like it, you can buy another one. It's perfect. This is exactly like my vibe. So I started it like the day he gave it to me, aka my birthday, a couple years ago. And I already had this 28 count even weave that I had dyed like years before, when I was just like, ooh, you know, that's fun. Yeah, if I hold it back here, it's not all like blown out and pretty true to what it actually looks like in real life. But anyway, yeah, that looks exactly like whatever this called for fabric is. So that was cool. I remember I like ran and showed him, like, I have the perfect fabric. Okay. Yeah. I also kind of want to do some sort of like March Madness, like making a bracket of like 8 projects. But then I was like, you know, Allie, like, you just found time to start stitching again. Like, you know, you've got plenty of stuff pulled out right now. Like, why don't you work on your mill hills? Work on your House of Fun while Sterling's napping. Like, you know, see what you can do with that. Like, but then I'm also like, but I love stitching on all kinds of different things. Like, that's why I have so many things started. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And I keep, with this, you know, March Madness, I was like looking into how people do it. And I was thinking about, like, you know, just from hearing my husband talk about, like, recently, like, football playoffs and everything. Sorry, Sterling has, like, wiggled himself under the little, like, my setup here and is, like, oh, he's so silly. Okay, I don't know if you could even really see him. He's, like, right in the sunlight. But anyway, he's right here. I'm like, oh, maybe I should, like, rank these March Madness projects that I might want to work on. And I should do, like, you know, the one I want to work on the most, you know, first seed, and then, like, the 8th seed, and you do that versus the... But then it's like, well, why would I want to work on something that I don't want to work on? So I don't know. And then it's like, okay, well, like, you know, am I going to make some sort of, like, crazy stakes, like... whichever one like gets knocked out first, do I have to like cut it up and throw it away? No, obviously I'm not gonna do that, but just cracking me up when I'm thinking about it. Okay, anyway, that's really it. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I was thinking about doing a life update, but I don't think Mr. Sterling's gonna tolerate that. And he is my life update. That's what I've been up to. And that's great. I love it. I love being his mom. And I love that I've been able to stitch some more. So, guys, I'm so sorry that I just randomly pop back up. And I can't even, like, guess when I'll be back. I intend to be back. I'm sorry it's been so sporadic. I'm not that sorry, though. If I was that sorry, I would actually, like, come back more regularly. But I intend to be back. Maybe in April. That'd be cool. I'll try. I'll try. And I'll try to post on Instagram, because I do really like seeing what everybody's working on Instagram. So, yeah. If you, let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you have anything to say at all, I would love to get, like, an Instagram DM from you. Especially if you, like, have any mill hills going or finished or anything. Or if you have any idea where I could put them other than on my Christmas tree, which is only out for, like, a finite amount of time. Yeah, let me know, either in the comments or DM me on Instagram, whatever. Okay, Sterling's over it, so we gotta go. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient and coming back after I abandoned you. I will be back eventually. Talk to you guys on Instagram and in the comments. Bye!